Hey YouTube, this is Brendan with Cusack Prep, and in this video we're going to be reviewing interval notation. So what interval notation is, it's a way of writing what values of x or what values of y a certain graph or a certain function can undertake. So let's kind of review really quickly inequalities and then go into that. So your common inequality will look something like this, something like x is less than or equal to 4. Well, if x is less than or equal to 4, that means that x can be any number under 4, including 4, so 4 as well. So if we were to write that as an interval, we think about all the numbers that are below 4, and we can't really count them. There's 3, there's 2, there's 1, there's 0, but there's also -1, -2, -3, -1,000, -1,000,000, quadrillion. We can't simply write all those. So what we do is we use interval notation. And since the lowest possible value that x can be is -infinity, we start with that. We start with the lowest value on the left side, and it can go all the way up until we reach 4. Now, for 4, we need to put a bracket. So parentheses and infinity always go together, or -infinity. But why did we use a bracket here? Well, we used a bracket because it was less than or equal to. So the equal to part indicates that we need to use a bracket. So if we have less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, we need to use brackets for that end number. On the other hand, if we just simply have less than or greater than, that's where we're going to use parentheses. And I'll also note that infinity and -infinity also go with parentheses. So let's try another example. Maybe in this case x is squished between two numbers. So maybe x has to be greater than -7, but then it has to be less than or equal to 12. So what we do here is, once again, we start from the lowest number, -7. And since there's a less than sign here, less than signs go with parentheses. So I'm going to use an open parentheses on the left side. And then it goes up to 12. So I'm going to put 12 here. And with 12, I'm going to go ahead and put a bracket. Alright, so that's another example. What's something else we could do? Well, what if we had the case where it was split? Maybe we had something like x is less than or equal to -2, or x is greater than 25. So what's happening here is we have kind of two separate intervals where x can be. It's not in between two numbers like the previous example, but it's either less than -2 or it's greater than 25. To do that, we have to use the union symbol. So I'm going to start by describing -2 because that's the lower value, the less than sign. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put -infinity next to the parentheses, comma, and then a -2 with a bracket. Once again, the bracket is there because this is less than or equal to. Because it's less than or equal to -2, it goes all the way down to -infinity, and we start with our low number on the left side and our high number on the right side. Now on the other side, we have union, and we have x is greater than 25. So if x is greater than 25, I put 25 with a parentheses because it's not greater than or equal, and this goes all the way up to infinity. And that's basically it. That's how we can use interval notation to show different inequalities. Thank you for watching. Hope you found this helpful.